Right, let's look at some styles of bass playing just quickly. These are all the things we'll work to, or you will work to, and they may be styles that you've seen other bass players employ. Now, there's the basic finger style bass playing, which is what we're going to start with, which is where you're just playing the bass using your fingers. So you're just using the two fingers on your right hand, effectively. You may want to get to a little bit further when you become more advanced, incorporate a couple of others in there. But initially, we're just going to be using two fingers on our right hand. So we'll work on techniques that get those going. And this hand, obviously, the fretting side of things is unique to all of the style, is applicable to all the styles we're going to look at. So then we have plectrum style, which is your right hand plectrum. Now this is a great style for rock. There's a few great bass players you could check out who play with plectrums. One of my favourites was Thin Lizzy bass player, Phil Lynott. This kind of style of bass playing for plectrum is unbeatable in terms of sound. It's got a kind of thundering sound to it. And you can use up and down strokes, as I'm doing here, or you can just use down strokes. We'll look at stuff for the plectrum. Then we have slap technique. Now what I've got on this bass is I've got a drop D tuner, which is just one of these little things that attaches to the machine heads. And it drops my D down. So for this, I've just done a drop D tune. But slap style bass playing you've probably seen is where you're hitting the string with your thumb and pulling with your fingers. So it makes a very percussive sound. Okay, these are all fairly advanced techniques. The slap side of things we probably won't look at this point, but these are things that you should check out on record because inspiration is what keeps you playing. So I think you should look at other records and find stuff you really like and, you know, look at this stuff. Involved with all of this kind of style of bass playing is going to be the background of theory, which we're going to have a quick look at the end of this DVD. Other styles are tapping, which you may have seen. And a chordal approach to the bass, where maybe you're playing chords. Chords tend to sound quite nice at the top of the bass. So, rather like a guitarist would do. And then tapping involves using your fingers to pick out notes. There's all kinds of really nice sounds at the top of the bass to experiment with. Again, we need to develop your hand strength so that you can play some of these chords at the top. And you can work out some of this stuff. A lot of that stuff is good for working out by ear. So again, there's some good exponents of this style of bass playing to look out for. Really, they're the main styles of bass playing that are covered. Tapping can get much more complicated. Slap can become even more complicated. Plectrum and finger styles are the basic fundamentals of your bass playing, and these are the things you need to get under your belt before you really start moving on to the other areas. So let's look at motor skills.